My name is Diego Gomez Caña, and for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be exploring one of Mexico's most beautiful states. That is, of course, Mexico's southernmost state, the state of Chiapas. Dream come true. I've always wanted to come to Palenque, and finally here. This place is awesome. I'm loving Chiapas. I'm in my jungle cabin now. Tag along on this epic journey as I travel through some of the more popular tourist destinations in Chiapas, as well as some more off-the-beaten-path locations. The lost city of Lacandona, including an overnight climb up the mighty Tacaná volcano.
It's probably one of the toughest hikes I've ever done in my life. Freaking dying.
It is absolutely freezing. Best birthday ever. Okay.
Keep me posted, man.
Bye. All right, let's go. And so my journey began with this beautiful sunrise during my overnight flight to the state of Chiapas.
Just arrived in San Cristóbal de las Casas. It's a really nice colonial town here in Chiapas. I'm in the center of town right now, and so far everything looks pretty cool. Got here just in time for a free walking tour, so I'm gonna go join them right now.
This walking tour was the perfect introduction to town, and a great way to get acquainted with my surroundings, as well as learning some of the interesting history of Chiapas and the role that the town of San Cristóbal has played in it.
Welcome guys to La Espiritosa Tasting Room. We're a project that we proudly promote the endemic drink that is produced here in the region of Los Altos de Chiapas, that it's called Posh. I would like to tell you that this is a drink that it's made from corn, and it has to have at least a base of 70% of malta. Posh means medicine, that's the right translation, it's on seal. And our brand Poshna means house of medicine. First, before we toasting, we're gonna first smell it so we can activate our sense. Then we're gonna whip our lips, don't swallow it. We're gonna just whip our lips in a way of prepare that they're gonna receive the medicine. Really, do it. It's in order also to enjoy like the experience. Whip some lips. Eso pues. So now we're gonna take a breath, we're gonna breathe, we're gonna put our glass in there and we're all gonna say Colaval.
Colaval.
Ah no, that we don't do it anymore.
Pretty strong,
Keep
but
it because we're
good.
gonna
This was my first time ever trying Bosch, and I do have to say, I really enjoyed it. Especially these flavored ones. First the hibiscus or Jamaica, and finally my favorite, cacao. Absolutely delicious.
dangerous, no?
Dangerously good, yes.
See? Yes, gracias.
Tastes like chocolate. Yeah.
Which one was your favorite? The third one. I think because now it's getting colder.
Alright, so the walking tour is over. It's a pretty good tour. Saw a lot of the town already. It lasted like, I don't know, like almost 4 hours. So, you know, free walking tour here, San Cristóbal de las Casas. Highly recommend it if it's your first time here. And it was perfect timing for me because as soon as I showed up, it's the first thing that I did.
I spent the next couple of days exploring the town of San Cristóbal. While I was there, I found myself surrounded by huge crowds of people everywhere I went. There was a big religious celebration going on these days here in San Cristóbal. Catholicism, with its own Mexican flair, is a big deal in this country and seemed especially so here in Chiapas when so many people from around the state gathered here in San Cristóbal on December 12th to honor the Virgin of Guadalupe, who holds a special place in the culture and religion of many Mexicans. San Cristóbal itself is a very charming and beautiful town. I really enjoyed my time there. And because it is very backpacker friendly and centrally located, I used it as a base from which to explore the other amazing destinations in Chiapas that I visited later on.
Good morning. It's a few minutes before 4 a.m. right now. It's really quiet out here. I'm outside my hostel waiting to get picked up because I'm about to head on a 3-day tour to visit some Mayan ruins and waterfalls and jungle, so pretty excited for this part of the trip, except for the fact that it's 4 a.m. and I couldn't really sleep last night because there was really loud music and really loud fireworks all night long because of the celebrations they've been doing these past few days. So it's 5 minutes till 4. Let's see how punctual these people are.
Our first destination on the way to Palenque would be the gorgeous waterfalls of Agua Azul.
far these waterfalls look pretty cool. And I try to get all the way to the top. This water is cold, but down here it's a lot hotter or warmer than San Cristóbal, so this actually feels good.
As usual when traveling alone, I'm never truly alone. I befriend the locals, or in this case, a couple of other solo travelers, Juan and Octavio.
Vale. ¿Ves cómo vienes a poner el desmadre? Lo bueno que no dejé de grabar.
Our next stop before reaching Palenque was the 115-foot tall waterfall of Misol Ha.
This place is awesome. I'm loving Chiapas. It's barely my third day, but this is epic. Unbelievable.
¿Oíste? Creo que si me pierdo, ¿qué voy a hacer? Ese que es mejor.
Ah, sí.
¿Van a llevar dos lámparas?
Sí, está bien. All right.
Huele intenso, ¿no?
Ajá.
¿Quieres la luz o qué?
Aguanta.
Para grabar.
Uso mi luz aquí también. Está bien. Ah,
¿Te puedes mojar, ¿verdad?
creo que sí. awesome. If you come to Misol Ha waterfall, you just have to pay an extra 10 pesos to come in here. Definitely worth it. This cave was epic. And I mean, 10 pesos is nothing. This is amazing. Dream come true. I've always wanted to come to Palenque, and finally here. It's amazing.
The archaeological site of Palenque is one of the most outstanding classic period sites of the Maya area, known for its exceptional and well-conserved architectural and sculptural remains. Once the ancient city of Palenque was abandoned around the 9th century, the thick jungle surrounding it covered its temples and palaces. This vegetation largely protected the buildings and their elements from looting.
This place is incredible.
Palenque has been the object of interest of numerous travelers, explorers, and researchers since the 18th century. It illustrates one of the most significant achievements of mankind in the Americas.
You hear that? These monkeys up there in the trees. Holy they're loud as I'm gonna go. See them right there. Whoa, they sound pissed off. Yeah, so this is the town of Palenque, not the ruins. God damn, they're loud. So I just finished visiting the Mayan ruins of Palenque, and they got dropped off in the middle of town. So now I'm trying to find my way to the hotel that I'm supposed to be staying here, which I think I'm pretty close. I wasn't expecting these monkeys to be like right here in the middle of town, literally like in downtown. But it's like a jungle here.
The The following morning, I set out to explore even more Mayan ruins hidden in the jungles of Chiapas.
Okay, so finally made it to this place called Frontera Corozal. It's right at the border with Guatemala. So here we gotta take a boat. It's gonna be like a 40-minute boat ride to get to the ruins of Yaxchilán. So it should be pretty cool. I think like these ruins, like they're really remote. That like the only way you can get to them is either through this boat ride, or if you got a lot more money, you can take like a private plane. So but I think the boat ride should be cool. So we're gonna be going along the Usumacinta River, which acts as a natural border between Mexico and Guatemala.
In the late Classic period, Yaxchilán was one of the most powerful Maya states along the course of the Usumacinta River.
Wow, this place is incredible. I know I say that about every place, but it is. We're at our next destination for today. It's the Mayan site of Bonampak. And this place is run by the Lacandones, which are kind of like descendants of the Maya. And wow, this place is amazing. But now I gotta go all the way up there. Let's go.
While the site is not overly impressive in terms of spatial or architectural size, it is well known for the murals located within the three-roomed Temple of the Murals. They are among some of the best preserved Maya murals.
very impressive. Especially those murals that are still highly preserved. It's just incredible. But I think it's time to go. And I'm gonna be spending the night here in the jungle with the Lacandones. So should be interesting. I'm in my jungle cabin now, here in La Selva Lacandona, and gotta say, this place is amazing. This place is beautiful. Wow, look at this. So he told me that I'm allowed to go in here, and since it's pretty hot out here, I'm all sweaty from all the jungle trekking that I've been doing today. This looks really tempting. Feels very muddy, but wow, this feels nice. Yeah, it's like really, floor is really squishy and slippery, but I mean, the water feels nice, very refreshing. But oh shit, super slippery. Wow, this is, oh shit. See what I tell you? Really slippery. This is the life. Got my own private little like natural pool in the middle of the jungle. Hopefully no jaguars come out of here and try and eat me. Better watch my back. Well, it's starting to get dark, so I'm afraid I'm gonna get ambushed by a jaguar. So I think I'm gonna head out now. Alright, but yeah, this was amazing. This was gorgeous. Alright, gotta go. It's so peaceful out here. Just listening to sounds of the jungle and that little waterfall that's right out here. I'm starting to fall asleep here. It's so relaxing. The following morning, I went for a trek in the jungle, spotting some jaguar paw prints in the mud on my way to finding a lost Maya city. Incredible. Look at this. in the middle of the jungle. The lost city of Lacandona. Amazing.
Not much is known about this Mayan city because it hasn't been excavated yet. This is the only part that's visible, the highest part of the city's tallest structure. Everything else is still hidden underneath the jungle.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Absolutely love it here. This jungle trek was absolutely amazing. I mean, just walking through the jungle itself was incredible, and then after walking for like 2 hours and coming to those lost Mayan ruins is just amazing. And then to top it off, I get to cool down in these waterfalls. So.
It was time to head back, and now let me show you what it actually sounds like trekking through this jungle without any music, dialogue, or sound effects. I headed back to Palenque, where I spent the night before catching the bus to go back to San Cristóbal.
Buenos dias. It's another chilly day here in San Cristóbal. It's about 8 a.m. so I'm waiting here for to get picked up for the next tour. Today we're going to be heading to yet another waterfall, and then to some lakes that are all the way down near the border with Guatemala again. It definitely feels a lot colder out here than back in the jungle.
The first stop for today would be the El Chiflón waterfalls.
Yeah, this waterfall is truly impressive. Time to go. Alright, well yeah, that waterfall was pretty cool. all of the waterfalls here have been really cool, but yeah, the last one was amazing. Now I'm heading back down, and in order to get all the way back down to the parking lot, I'm gonna go down in style, taking a shortcut.
Más adelante.
Bueno, gracias. Bro. Now that was epic. It was really cool. Nice view and nice little shortcut. So now I don't have to walk all the way down. A little bit underwhelming though. I was expecting it to go a lot faster than that. I mean, I've been on faster zip lines than this. It was still a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And no, not that expensive, just another 200 pesos if you want to do this. Well, I'm back at the start point. I'm gonna cool off a little bit with the water over here because it's really hot. Yeah, this place is beautiful. But now it's time to head on to the Lagunas de Montebello, all the way down on the southern border with Guatemala. We made it to the border of Mexico and Guatemala. Once I cross this line that you see right here, we're in Guatemala, so let's do it.
Aquí, así, y aquí es el lado con el dedo así.
Well, what you see behind me is Guatemala, so let's go. No, I'm just kidding. I do want to go to Guatemala someday, but I don't have time this trip. But probably in the near future, or actually I don't know how near. Someday I'm gonna go to Guatemala and do another epic adventure like this one. And of course I'm gonna film it and put it up here on YouTube for you guys, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be an awesome adventure going through there's a lot more Mayan ruins in Guatemala, and volcanoes and jungle, and you know, more of what you've seen so far, but a little bit different over there. So should be really interesting. I really want to do it. So goodbye Guatemala. Let's go back to Mexico. Buenos dias. Today I'm heading off to El Cañón del Sumidero. It's pretty cold here in San Cristóbal right now. So it should be a lot warmer over there where I'm going. And for now, usual, you gotta play the waiting game out here as I wait to get picked up. Epic boat ride. It's time to go off. Well, the last stop for this little tour is here in this town of Chiapa de Corzo. It's one of those like pueblos mágicos or magic towns in Mexico. So it's kind of really like, you know, old and historic, colorful, like San Cristóbal. I'm drinking this, it's like a traditional drink here in Chiapas. It's delicious. It's called pozol. Never had it before, but I love it. ¿De qué está hecho?
Está hecho de cacao, panela, maíz y tortillitas doradas al carbón. Esta es la bebida tradicional.
Está rico.
This would be my final night in San Cristóbal, and of course I couldn't leave without one last shot of bush.
Cheers. It's really smooth, delicious. It's cacao flavor. I can see why this was the sacred drink of the Maya. Buenos dias. It's about 6:45 a.m. and I'm like a 20-minute walk away from the bus station. And it's freaking cold. Made it. So I made it to Tapachula, and now I'm gonna go meet my couch surfing host. Her name's Paula. It's like a 15-minute walk from here. I'm supposed to meet her at this park, so I'm walking over there right now. It's a lot warmer here. I'm liking this. Gracias.
I met up with Paula as well as a couple of other travelers who would also be climbing the volcano with us. I quickly got along very well with these three as we got to know each other a bit before the following days epic adventure. The following morning, we met up with the rest of the group and loaded our things onto the truck that would take us from Tapachula to the foot of the volcano. It was an early morning start as I found myself in the back of a truck surrounded by over 20 other brave individuals who all were part of this group, organized and led by Paula. I could feel the nerves and excitement building up as we got closer to the majestic Tacaná volcano.
Vamos a empezar este ascenso, la verdad es muy especial. Creo que algunos no lo saben y ya lo sabían, pues. Ah, como que no lo sabían.
Ok, Paula.
Va a haber boda mañana. Para el amanecer. Hace 2 años, Cintia y Fer se comprometieron en la cima. Entonces hoy van a hacer, bueno, mañana van a hacer la unión de ese compromiso. Ante el Tacaná.
Levante la mano, ¿quién es Cintia y Fer? Es que no los conozco.
Entonces, todos tenemos que llegar hasta el cráter, por favor. Porque si no...
No hay boda.
No hay boda. Y todos son los caballeros de honor y damos de honor.
Porque la monja está hablando.
Ya se bautizó ayer como sacerdotisa.
Chicos, hay que disfrutarlo. La verdad estoy muy contenta. No me esperaba que vinieran personas de tan lejos a venir aquí a subir el Tacaná. Esperemos que les guste.
Okay. Vamos a ver.
Y que les quede ganas de venir otra vez. Recuerden, no pierdan la fe que van a llegar. Si sienten que no pueden, pues ni modo. La mente puede más que las piernas. Si ustedes dicen que no, sus piernas no van a responder. ¿Vale? ¿Alguna palabra que tengan que decir?
Ya vamos.
Lo miro muy, no sé, lo que quiera hablar.
¿Y yo? No, pues es un día agradable para el ascenso. Yo creo que vamos a tener una buena ruta. No, chido.
Que no se pierda el compañerismo, chamacos. Hay que ir todos juntos, ¿sale? Hay que ir apoyando a los de atrás. Si vamos adelante, hay que ir viendo, preguntándoles cómo van. A lo mejor se sienten mal y les da pena, hay que checarlos. Porque si les da el mal de montaña o algo, eso es feo. Eso es feo porque si no dicen nada, capaz se nos desmayan allá arriba y peor va a salir. ¿Vale? Así que si llegan a sentir algún síntoma, díganlo. No se vayan a quedar callados. No se hagan los valientes.
Vamos a llegar. Estamos empezando.
Pablo.
Pablo, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien. Muy bien. Vamos bien. Apenas llevamos media hora, pero bueno, vamos bien.
Dale, novia, ¿cómo vas?
¿Todo bien?
Muy bien. Tenemos que llegar a la fecha. Si no me cargan.
¿El grupo ya llegó?
Even though I could already feel a slight burn on my thighs from the constant incline of the hike, I couldn't help but admire the gorgeous scenery of my surroundings.
Alright, so we've been hiking for about 2 hours already, and I think we still have at least 6, probably even more hours left till we reach the top. So, I'm already drenched in sweat, a little bit out of breath, but pretty sure I'll make it. It's yeah, it's definitely not an easy hike, but it's not that bad. ¿Cómo van? ¿Cómo van? ¿Todo bien?
Cada vez veo menos integrantes de
Looks like the herd is thinning out.
Cuidando como para... Perdón. Me vengo cuidando como para...
Alright, so we're taking a quick break here, waiting for everybody to catch up. Some of them are here already, but we have a pretty big group and not everybody's being able to keep up, so I'm not sure if we're going to wait for everybody. Well, finally made it to the halfway point in like 3 hours and 15 minutes. It's not bad. So apparently it's another 5 hours to the top from here. So I think I'm gonna stop and eat something right now. Let's see what they have. Alright, so after like over an hour and a half of waiting, finally taking off. The whole group is here and it's time to go.
The higher we climbed up the volcano, the further we got away from the hot and humid jungle-like environment, now entering a much cooler and foggy forest environment.
Ya casi llegamos, ¿o qué? ¿Cuánto dijiste que falta?
Estamos acá en el bosque encantado. Aquí el carro nos dejó acá, nos estamos echando acá mi papá, sienta aquí. Pero hubiera estado chido caminarlo todo, ¿no? También.
Almost there. Yeah, this is really exhausting though. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably one of the toughest hikes I've ever done in my life. Look at that view. Amazing.
At this point, I was already beginning to feel the effect of the altitude, but was impressed with this incredible view from above the clouds.
I'm absolutely exhausted, but this view is just amazing. It's definitely worth it. Still have like maybe 2 or 3 more hours to get to the crater, so it's getting harder and harder and harder. Man, I'm starting to struggle a little bit. So we finally made it to La Cueva del Oso, which supposedly the last stretch of the hike is the hardest. Supposedly it's really hard. It might take us like 2 hours and then we'll finally make it to the crater. Bueno, let's go. Alright, we're starting the last stretch. the hardest part of the hike, but after this, that's it. So, final push. We'll make it. ¿Verdad? See?
Yeah.
A member of our group who I just met that morning, Sue, remained by my side during the entire journey, and we bonded really well, supporting each other when things got tough. Which at this point, it did get pretty rough for me due to the altitude.
Holy fuck. I'm freaking dying. Just gotta keep on pushing.
I had a terrible headache, my heart was beating incredibly fast, and I was out of breath. If you ever find yourself in this situation, don't push on, as I just said. Altitude sickness can be very dangerous, and pushing yourself is the worst thing you could do. I did so because I'm always pretty reckless when it comes to risking my own life.
Almost there. Almost there. Llegamos. ¿Estás ahí? Vamos. Vamos ahí.
Vamos, vamos.
Ahí estás. Ahí está la meta.
De las 10 que hicimos comprar, 7.
Ah.
Llegamos.
Yeah. Finally made it. Barely alive, but we're here.
Yeah.
Good morning. It's almost 5 a.m. here at the top of the crater in Volcán Tacaná. And it is absolutely freezing. There's frost on my boots that I left outside. Ice all over the floor. But now we gotta get up and head up to the actual very top of the volcano, where we're gonna go see the sunrise from it. Because right now we just made it up to the crater. Look at this. There's ice all over my freaking tent. Oh yeah, it's my birthday today. Look at that. Amazing. Finally made it to the very top. birthday ever.
Okay, we are in the imaginary border between Mexico and Guatemala. Exactly here is the point that divides to both countries. All that you can see there is mostly Guatemala, and I say imaginary because there is now a real limit between countries. The world is for everyone.
Thank you, Paula.
Vamos a iniciar una boda aquí en la ciudad de Volcán Tacaná.
Buenos días a todos. Estamos aquí reunidos para celebrar la renovación de los votos de matrimonio de Cintia y Fer, quienes hace 2 años se comprometieron aquí mismo. Y como celebración de su primer aniversario de bodas, cumplen hoy la promesa de casarse en nuestra casa de fuego. En nombre de todos los presentes, me gustaría que los que hoy vemos en ustedes perdure para siempre y que nunca les falte una montaña en sus años. ¿Alguno de ustedes desea decir algunas palabras?
Pues espero que su matrimonio vaya mejorando conforme pase el tiempo y pues que enfrente cada obstáculo que se les venga en camino. Y pues felicidades.
Yo, pues nada, que los admiro, subir hasta acá para hacer esto, es admirable, de verdad que se ve que tienen un amor demasiado grande, felicidades, de verdad tienen un amor muy bonito, de toda la vida.
This is the crater of the volcano where everybody camps at. We didn't get to really see the campground last night because we got here when it was already dark. But as you can see, there's a ton of people here camping. We just got back down from the top. This is my tent. ¿Qué dijiste?
¿Tiene mucho frío?
¿Qué dijiste de mí?
Eres increíble.
Ah,
Diego es increíble.
Quedó grabado.
quedó grabado. You hear that? She said that I'm incredible. So now I think we're just gonna, have some breakfast, get our things ready, take it on the tents, and then we're gonna be going down the volcano from the Guatemalan side. Cause this volcano is like literally right on the border between Mexico and Guatemala. So we went up the Mexican side, and then we're gonna come down from Guatemala.
Son las mañanitas que cantaba el rey David. Hoy por ser tu cumpleaños te las cantamos a ti. Despierta, Diego, despierta, mira que ya amaneció. Ya los pajarillos cantan, la luna ya se metió. Alabío, alabao, alabimbo, va. Diego, de Santiago. Va. Sopla la velita. Mordida. Mordida. Galleta. Voy a repartir el pastel. ¡Bravo!
Ella mi patita. ahorita yo no los aguanto.
Mira, es que no te pusiste
No, súbete bien, súbete
¿Ves?
bien y abre las manos.
Abre las manos.
Sí, abre las manos, no tú, Paula. ¿Cómo son ustedes?
Ni pesas.
¿Qué vas a cargar ahí?
Sentadillas pensé que ibas a hacer. 1, 2.
¿Sí aguanta la muchacha?
Campground shenanigans while we wait for everybody to get ready.
Dice que no camina, dice que no come, que nada.
With everyone ready, we finally began our descent, which would be a long way down, including our usual long breaks.
Dice que si le preguntaban cuánto costaba, se enojaba.
¿Sí te quedaste dormido, verdad?
Sí, güey. Estaba soñando. Estaba soñando comida.
Listo, eso. All right, it's time to go.
Ya, vale.
Break time. Almost there.
Time out.
¿Qué pasó?
Sí, todo bien. Tuve que disminuir mi equipaje.
Güey, no me dejes.
Bueno, ya que estamos por finalizar este recorrido, puedes decir cuál fue tu opinión. Oh. Pero camínale.
Es que necesito tomar aire.
Ajá.
Mi opinión. Wow,
¿Qué pensaste de esta experiencia?
súper vale la pena. 1000 veces. Claro que sí.
qué
Pero
fue?
bueno, no 1000 veces.
No
Una
1000
que otra
veces.
vez, no 1000 veces.
Ok.
Vale la pena, son 10 horas de camino. Entre chocolates, pastillas, barras energéticas y otras cosas, pues llegamos. Pero vale la pena el amanecer.
Ok.
Sobre todo valió la pena para Diego, que hoy se cumplió era su cumpleaños número 28.
Ah, sí.
Ya. Y no pude-
¿Y cuál fue tu parte favorita?
Mi parte favorita no la puedo decir
Ah,
en cámara.
no lo puedes decir en cámara.
No.
¿Qué
Pero
será?
una de las partes favoritas fue el amanecer, definitivamente ver la aurora y el amanecer. Estuvo chidísimo.
Well, there you go, guys. It's definitely worth it. Yeah?
Llegamos.
We made
Después
it.
de... ¿Cuánto caminamos?
10
18
horas ayer,
Ayer,
8,
10.
un poco más de 8 horas ahora. Casi
Tomando en
9.
cuenta que casi no dormimos.
Well, we finally made it.
Llegamos.
Ah!
Yeah. Reto cumplido. Ahora sabes.
Mission
que-
accomplished. ¿Eh?
Mira, vamos.
Well, there you go. Mission accomplished. Made it up to the volcano. And now we're here at this little town waiting for everyone else to come down, and a lot of them were really way behind. So probably gonna be waiting here for like a couple hours at least, maybe more.
¿Ya?
Yeah.
No matter what, we will be here forever. Ahí está.
Eso no tiene contexto. Ni nada. ¿Sabes? ¿Qué está pasando?
Vamos a morirnos.
¿Por qué estás acostada ahí?
Porque vamos a morirnos de frío ahorita.
Ahí va la rejilla de los panes, güey.
Va la región de los
Mírame a mí. Yeah, so we're still waiting for everybody to come down from the volcano. We're out here on the street waiting for the guy that's supposed to pick us up in his truck. The same one who dropped us off here, but we just saw his truck parked out there, and we haven't seen the guy. And his truck has one of his tires has been blown out, so we're not sure if he's gonna show up with a different car or if he's gonna fix it, or we really have no idea what's going on with him. So we don't know if he's gonna pick us up, because if he doesn't, there isn't any public transport this time that we can take to get back to town, so we might end up camping right here. So we'll see.
Los esperamos mañana.
So we thought we got abandoned by the driver, and he randomly just showed up after like an hour and a half. Everybody got down the volcano already, so somehow fixed the truck, so we're all gonna board right now. It looks like we're heading back to Tapachula. Yeah. I was pretty sure we were gonna have to end up camping here tonight, but a miracle happened and it's time to go back home. Well guys, this epic trip around the state of Chiapas has come to an end. I'm walking to the airport entrance right now in Tapachula, and it's time to head back home. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, so make it just in time for that. But yeah, this has been such an amazing trip.
And so my journey reached its end as I boarded the plane to fly back to good old Tijuana.
Yo soy norteño, baja californiano, nací en la bella frontera de Tijuana, donde comienza la patria mexicana, donde se arrullan las nubes del cielo y las olas del mar.
Well, I'm finally back home here in Playas de Tijuana. This is the neighborhood where I grew up in and where I've lived most of my life. I'm right next to the Pacific Ocean and next to the border fence or border wall, whatever you want to call it, with the US. So I'm right here, I'm on the northwest corner of Mexico. And you know what? I was actually born on that side of the fence in San Diego, California. So I have both nationalities. I'm a citizen of both the USA and of Mexico. And I even served in the US Marine Corps for quite a few years. Oh look, we've got the Border Patrol. Anyway, if you can tell I look a little bit different right now, it's because it's already been a couple of weeks since I got back from Chiapas. During these past couple of weeks, as I've looked back and thought about the trip, and I looked at all the footage that I filmed while I was over there, I think this was one of my best and most memorable adventures that I've been on. I mean, I absolutely loved it. You know, I really love spending time in nature and, you know, going on adventures in the great outdoors. I also really love history and visiting ancient ruins, so in this trip I got to do both, so it was a perfect combination and I absolutely loved it. It was amazing.
To all the cool people I met in Chiapas that helped make this a truly memorable experience, and to all of you that have watched this until the end, a big, big thank you. I sincerely appreciate it.
Well, that's all for me for today. Muchas gracias, and I'll see you around.